Hello and welcome to this tutorial for 3D Studio Max. Now, as you can see, I have this displacement texture. It's in 8K quality, and basically it has all the skin details stored inside it. You can see like it has the skin pores, the skin details, everything is stored in there, the wrinkles, these details around the eyes. So it's all stored inside a bump map. So how you can add this inside 3D Studio Max is pretty simple. First things first, select all the items that you need individually one by one on which you want the displacement. For in my case, as you can see my texture, it's only the head. So I will select that head model on which I want the displacement. Let's say your eyes or your wood or pillar, anything that's using the displacement. You will select those, come right here inside the modifier panel, come here in the modifier list, and you can see it right here, Arnold properties. Click that. You will see these options. Simply come here to displacement, click it, hit enable. Now, once you hit enable, you need to set this height to 0. I will show you in a bit why. Because if you add your texture, it will like turn that into a garbled mess and also make sure your model is scaled properly and accordingly. You can see we also have options like enable for auto bump and the camera raise. So these are like related to rendering. We won't be focusing on those much for now. Come here and select use map. Now, your format is very important. You can also do this through your shader if you want to, but in our case, we're going to use this directly because the format you can see is a TIFF format. You can also have it in a BMP format or any. Basically, like the size of this texture is 128 megabytes and it's in 8K resolution. It could be higher as well. You can use Targa files too or whatever is suitable for your displacement map. Okay, I'm going to come here. Same thing like maps, general. I'm just going to come here inside bitmap and there's my texture. I'm just going to select it and hold on a second. Okay, it's loaded right here. Next, you simply want to render it. Okay, hold on a second. Give it a minute. Okay, it's showing up, but the bump map is not showing now. From here, you can adjust the amount. I'm just going to add 001. Okay, but it's not showing. What's the reason behind it? In case it's not showing for you, as you can see, I'm in active shade, but sometimes it happens that when you switch to active shade, like you are on Arnold, then you switch to active shade, it switches over to the scanline renderer. That's a common problem. Sometimes it happens in Max. Come here to Arnold. Now hit render again. It will update it. And hold on a second. Yeah, now you can actually see those details in throughout the bump map. Well, throughout the model because of the bump map, you can see that it's showing like those skin pores and details and everything. Obviously, it has all the other textures missing, the like the diffuse and others, and the specular and all that stuff. Now, what was the reason I told you not to like set one from the start? So if it was one by default, you were gonna load your texture in, you were gonna get this stupid garbled mess. And let's say it was a higher poly count model, like you can see it's around like 854,000. Sometimes it causes like Max to crash if you're working in millions or so. So that was pretty much it. Hope you liked the tutorial.